No. How about this? Am I properly displaying the correct amount of clout for this video? Actually, let's just, you know what? We'll put this there. Nailed it. Welcome back to the MoneyBeard channel. I'm Rob Anderson, founder of MoneyBeard, lifelong entrepreneur, teaching you how to make more money and watch it grow. So one of my lights burned out right before I started filming, so this video is going to look a little bit different. So just know that and then cope with it in the best way that you know how. All right. Today I want to tell you how I got a $10,000 brand deal right here on YouTube when I still had under 100,000 subscribers. And to tell you about that, we're going to have to go back in time a little ways. Too far. Not far enough. Getting closer. Perfect. Back to 2014 when I was posting street magic videos to my main channel, which at the time had around 8,000 subscribers. So I should also take a minute to explain exactly how brand deals work. So typically with traditional forms of advertising, companies will run ads and commercials to promote their products. Even before YouTube or the internet, companies discovered the power of having a celebrity endorse their products. For instance, understanding that they would sell more Wheaties if, instead of running a commercial that said, "Buy Wheaties, the best breakfast food in the land," that was their real slogan, they had Michael Jordan telling you, "You better eat your Wheaties." When companies caught on to the fact that social media influencers and YouTubers were the new wave of celebrities, they realized they would need to capture the audiences of these influencers if they wanted to stay relevant and keep selling stuff, to put it in very simple terms. So, just as they had done for many years with athletes and celebrities, companies started offering money to influencers to endorse their product. General Mills, for instance, might approach a YouTuber and say, "Hey, we see you got a pretty large audience there. We actually think your audience would also like Wheaties. And if you hold up a box of Wheaties in the beginning of your video and tell your viewers that they'd better eat some, we'll cut you a check with a bunch of zeros and some commas in it. How about that?" And it used to actually be that easy. Companies would just ask a YouTuber to talk about a product, cut them a check, and then the audiences would call the YouTuber a sellout and smash the dislike button, instead of the like button, which I hope you've already smashed, along with the subscribe button for weekly videos that will help you make more money. So things have completely changed though. I think companies realized they were overspending on some of the YouTubers they worked with. And most brand deals you'll see now are based on more of like a discount code system, where a channel will tell you to go and sign up for a service or purchase something with their discount code or their affiliate link. And of course, the influencer is paid based on the amount of people who use that code or link. Also, brand deals are now seen as a form of clout that a channel has made it, rather than being frowned upon as they once were back around the 2014 era. Speaking of which, that brings us to talking about the state of YouTube in 2014-2015. Now, this was pre-adpocalypse. Everything was monetized. SoFlo Antonio was stealing videos and getting paid for it. Prank Invasion hadn't even done Mommy Makeout Day yet, and I was busy posting street magic videos to my main channel, which at the time, again, had around 8,000 subscribers. My whole goal was to go viral, get big on YouTube, and make a career out of being a YouTube and a TV magician. My basic strategy here was to do magic in unique and creative ways that people would share, whether it was dressing up in a somewhat cringy parody of Ron Burgundy, or just doing magic for pretty girls, which people seem to like. No idea why. One of my ideas was to do magic that also helped the homeless, which I had done for years anyway, and which I thought would be a unique twist. Let me preface this part by saying that this is before all the social experiment videos came out that exploited homeless people. And I have since renounced making YouTube videos that incorporate homeless people in any way. In 2014 though, this was just a new and I thought inspirational concept. That said, 2014 me came up with the insane idea to rip up a homeless person sign and turn it into a pile of money. I thought, surely that will be a shareable video. Well, in September of 2014, I met a homeless man on the street who was friendly, and when I asked, he welcomed the idea to be interviewed and shown something interesting for a YouTube video. So the following day, we met up and filmed what would be the most viral video I have ever produced. Because I actually have a lot of money for you. And we did also raise over $40,000 to help homeless people in Las Vegas, so that's also a win. Within days of posting the video, it was everywhere on social media. I was front page CNN.com, I was getting interviewed on Fox News, and my channel started getting more views and subscribers than it ever had before. I was going mega nuclear SAR bomba viral. Now, I had minor viral success before this, and I've put out some pretty viral videos even afterward, actually, but nothing compared to the attention I got following that video release. It was also in this era of YouTube that MCNs ruled the YouTube landscape. And if you're not familiar with an MCN, you would have been back then. They're still around, but I just don't feel like they're as big as they once were. So anyway, multi-channel networks were companies that would offer to represent YouTubers on the platform and promise them higher CPMs, more brand deals, and faster growth in exchange for a portion of their ad revenue. Now, most of these promises turn out to be faker than pro wrestling. The contracts were predatory in nature, and many YouTubers got screwed when they signed multi-year deals to basically hand over a portion of their ad revenue in exchange for nothing. The worst contract clause I ever saw from an MCN is one that's they're probably not even around anymore, and I can't even remember the name of them anyway, but the final clause of the contract stated that their revenue split that they took from you would survive the contract termination. How do you even have that? But that was the state of things, and they went after everyone. It didn't matter if you had 100 subscribers or 1 million, because everyone was monetized back then. Obviously, they wanted larger channels they could make more money off of, and they recruited large channels extremely aggressively. The two MCNs that came after me the hardest were Fullscreen and Defy Media. And if you know anything about these two companies, it's kind of like, whose team do you want to be on? Al-Qaeda or ISIS? Pick one. So the Fullscreen rep is calling me up and acting like we're best buddies, even though on the phone call, I can tell he hasn't even watched the entire 2-minute video that I put out. But he's telling me he wants me to join the network, and he's going to do all these things for me, and they're only going to take 5% of my revenue. And then I've got Defy Media calling me and saying basically the same thing. And yes, this is the same Defy Media that went bankrupt a couple of years ago and closed their business with zero notice while withholding millions of dollars of their creators' revenue that was owed to them. Might still be. I know there was a lawsuit. I don't know. Look it up. So both companies are bugging me, and I'm telling both of them I'm just not interested. I'm telling them, bring me a better deal. I didn't like the deals they were bringing me. Until Defy tells me they are now in partnership with Prank It Forward and could potentially get me in on their next campaign. Now, if you're not familiar with Prank It Forward, they were basically a company focused on doing prank videos with a positive twist. Like, someone gets to the grocery store checkout and their card gets declined and the whole store security shows up and they come over. But then at the last minute, all their groceries get paid for because, psych, it's just a prank, bro. Remember, this is 2014 YouTube. This is like a 10 million view idea. So I shot from like 8,000 to probably around 80,000 subscribers in the couple of weeks since I posted my video. So Defy ended up making me the offer of being in the next Prank It Forward campaign, and Prank It Forward would pay me $10,000 for my appearance in one video. In exchange for that, I would sign with Defy Media for 1 year and let them collect a small % of my ad revenue to represent me. Now, this actually was a good deal for me, so I ended up taking their money, getting my 10 grand, doing a video for Prank It Forward, and then being generally disappointed with the representation I received from Defy Media for the next 12 months. So here's the big picture idea. I took a look at the current state of YouTube and I tried to put together a plan to go viral based on what I thought would work at the time. Now, this is something that constantly changes. What's a fresh idea today won't be a fresh idea 6 months from now, maybe not even 6 weeks from now. I hit the nail right on the head in a way that worked perfectly for that period in the fall of 2014. I also leveraged the resources I had available to me at the time through the companies that were seeking influencers like me to work with. Again, resources will always change, and who companies will want to work with will always change. I just happened to be in tune with exactly what was going to work, and I struck while the iron was hot for this type of content, which I still try to do to this day. And based on the success of my marriage proposal company, I think it's doing pretty good, actually. I've got a bunch of other videos on this channel about how to make money on YouTube. Check out the playlist in the description below. Also, make sure you subscribe and ring that notification bell so you never miss my new videos each week, which are all about helping you make more money and watching it grow. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you soon. That was a